Here we are today on the Russ Speak Show. Lester Blair. I have some sharp individuals here to talk about the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce and let them introduce themselves and tell you about themselves. But we're going to talk about what's happening here in Illinois and what can make this a better state, and also opening the door for black businesses and move from there. And I have a gentleman here. I'll start with you. No, I don't want ladies first. No, guys, let's go with Universal. You got to do that. I got to say, Universal, I just learned today that your last name is not Universal. It's something else. But I'll introduce you, Universal. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. I want to thank everyone for having me here today. My name is Universal Prayther. It's my given name. A little bit about myself. I manage a research firm called Over Innovation of Inertia, where we focus on using data to be able to create positive social impact for underserved communities. And I've been working with the Chamber for about 2 years now to be able to leverage data to be able to make that positive impact.
Okay. Young lady.
Yes, I love it. My name is Donna Raeh, and I have a firm where we focus on marketing and visual communications. However, I do radio, and that has become the turn of the century for me, just because it gives me an opportunity to speak to audiences. Along with that, at the Chamber, I am one of the co-chairs of the marketing committee, which I'm very proud of.
Okay. So right now I got two sharp individuals here. We got a company that's trying to build black businesses in the state of Illinois and give black-owned companies the chance to expand and move forward in the country, where we're dealing with insanity day and night. But the real format right now, tell me, what can we do right now for companies of color? Don't gotta be black, you can be Hispanic, you can be other, but bottom line is the Chamber is there to help to make a better environment and do a number of things. So what do you do for the Chamber? What can I do for a company?
Absolutely. I think it's a really wonderful question. To start, let's look at the data, right? At current businesses that start, 1 out of 4 businesses in our current day right now in America won't make it in 10 years. They're just gonna go belly up. And it's truly unfortunate that will happen. And with the Chamber being here, having a resource like the Chamber is in place to be able to help companies in their early stages or even in their further stages develop where they can navigate those difficult positions where they don't go belly up 10 years from now. And that's the power of being connected to the Chamber. Another perspective to even add is, even people always say your network is your net worth. And when you come into the Chamber, if you're not going to Ivy League school or university, or if you're not coming from a place where you have the connections necessary, where you can be introduced, or you can get a referral, or someone can connect you, provide you the correct connections to be able to get you to the next place in your business endeavors. The Chamber is the place. The Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce is a place where you can come and do that, which is led by Dr. Larry Ivory, and I think it's
doctor.
I think it's important to mention that Dr. Ivory is a pillar of our time, especially when we start looking at the data in regards of younger people coming into the entrepreneurship, what the solo entrepreneurship look like, and how to level up and how to build themselves, not only the financial aspect, but also the connections to be able to do well in this arena of business.
Donna, what do you think? Is this really the Larry Ivory show, or is it the Chamber of Commerce that helps businesses to move, do a number of different things, and make things work?
I love how you said that. I just want to clarify the distinction of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. It was founded in 1997. It's been around since then. That was the inception. Since then, the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce, with Dr. Larry Ivory's leadership, has allowed businesses to have access to capital, information, resources, policy changes that are in favor of black businesses. There are so many different events that take place for the opportunity to build that network that Universal was speaking about. But those people that are invited are people that bring something to the table. I love the matchmaking that Larry does collectively with his core team and his board, and should I say all of the members that we have with the chamber. So when we do the matchmaking, and there's always a business that does something that another business needs. I've watched businesses grow from being in trouble to being way out of trouble, of course, by being $1 million businesses or more.
Okay.
And that right there, that's proof of concept. So when the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce comes through the door, people always know, they recognize Larry Ivory, or should I say Dr. Larry Ivory, but they also know that he comes with a huge team. So it's not necessarily a solo show.
Okay.
It is it's a collaborative effort.
Okay, so we got a collaboration. So how have you been able to benefit from the chamber?
I got with the chamber back in 2016. It was by accident. I was invited by my then sister-in-law. And when she invited me to come to the chamber's event, there was their conference. And I came and I was volunteering.
Okay.
After volunteering, someone didn't show up, and that someone was to MC the gala. Everyone's all dressed up. I didn't bring clothes for the gala because I wasn't attending.
Okay.
And somehow, some way, my sister-in-law offered me up. She said, "You should step in." And I was like, "Me?" I said, "I don't even know these people."
Okay.
She said, "Get to know them." She walked Dr. Larry Ivory over to me. He vetted me, I'm sure, and he said, "All right, you're up." I had to run upstairs and make the best of it, upstairs meaning the hotel where the conference was, and put on one of my dresses. But the reason why I mentioned that whole story was because what it did was it opened the door for me to have access to what the chamber brings, even at a conference. I mean, they did not spare any expense. I sat next to authors, or should I say political analysts, not just politicians, decision makers,
Okay.
CEOs, agency heads, directors. They're all in one room, and I'm missing so many others, not to mention the affiliation with our international affiliations like Zimbabwe, the trips that have been taken there. That opened the door for me, and being on that microphone was very powerful because everyone remembered me from that day forward. Here we are in 2026. WVON is one of the radio stations that sponsors the chamber. We have a radio show every Saturday that is on WVON. I was simply doing that particular show, and now I am a full-time host there. But had I not been presented doing the Wake Up Show Chicago, that wouldn't have happened. And because of my affiliation with the chamber, my business, I've gotten more customers, access to capital, opportunities for growth. I've gotten, should I say, resources for training in my own right, because you don't always know everything. And I got to meet you, Lester.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
I think that's the best part of it, you
Now,
know.
my question to you is, I've always told Larry, we have some issues here. We got a lot of companies, and I want more female companies.
Absolutely.
I want females on the board. I want female companies to be there. And right now, you guys are kicking butt. Women are controlling.
Mm-hmm.
So, why is this happening?
Well, somebody got smart. I'm just kidding. I think that the opportunity comes full circle. It may have started with Dr. Larry Ivory, but at the end of the day, you have a plethora of members. There's no right or wrong way to look at a member that's already come onto the platform or come into the chamber. And if they have a vested interest in helping Black businesses, which follows the mission statement of the chamber, then it makes sense to have them as a committee co-chair or chair, leading the way, being a vice president. There's so many different roles that we play. There's no longer a role for us to sit in the back and go 6 feet behind. Okay, but there are roles for us to contribute, and we fought for equality. My son brought this up. He said, women fought for equality, yet they want a man to take care of them. That was an eye-opener. I said, let me rephrase that for you. Equality in this sense, we want the opportunity to utilize our passions, our education, our experience. We want to bring that to the table, and we want to be a part of the growth. We don't necessarily want to whisper in someone's ear and they take it and run with it.
And that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Universal, what's the forecast here? We got the Black Chamber that's going to basically guide the state of Illinois. What's the plan? What are we going to do? How are African American or people of color going to have companies? And what's the chamber going to do to help?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful question. The chamber, Dr. Larry Ivory always states that every company needs 3 people. There's 3 kinds of resources every business needs. And you get this with the chamber. You get access to an accountant or CPA. You get access to a banker. And then you get access to a lawyer. You need to have each one of these individuals on your team, regardless whatever size company that you have. But having that type of expertise on your team, it really helps to drastically change the trajectory of your said company.
And that's again the next step. Basically, if I'm going to have a business, I need to have accounting, I need to have legal, and I need to have some expertise in areas that I do not know, because I do not know everything, but I do need help.
Absolutely. And I think another thing that's very important to understand is that when you start a business, your job is to push the vision of that business and to understand what key players that you need to help you manifest or to actualize the foundation of that business. So you surround yourself with the council to actually be able to steer your vision. Make sure you get access to the capital. You're with the chamber. You learn how to build your relationships with the banks, right? You get to learn. For an example, I've it's not really a strange example. It's just how powerful this is. My time spent with the chamber, but I go into the bank and I need to make a withdrawal like $7,000, right? And the lady looks at me. I have my ID. I have my ID. I have my card. And she's like looking at me. But the lady behind her says, "I opened his account." Oh, okay. So learning how to build those relationships with the institutions that helps you in the real time to be able to again understand the power of those relationships. That's a good place to be able to have.
It's something that you need to have. Young lady, what do you think now?
I like what you mentioned, but there's more to it. Those 3 pillars are very important, but you also need a good team. And when most of our businesses, there's so many of us that are solopreneurs. I like to call them solopreneurs, spelled S-O-U-L.
Okay.
Preneurs. Only because when you start your business, it's just you, maybe another person. But you need to have that administrative assistant. You need to have someone in marketing. You need to have all those moving pieces. And because the chamber exists, you can either join and have a hybrid, or you can work with one of our partners. We have a partner, they're remote
work.
Thank you, remote.work. And this has actually expanded a lot of different members that we have that have worked on their own for so long, not realizing what it is that they needed help in. We've had these workshops where you do a capability statement. The capability statement allows you to realize what is your capability being a small or medium-sized business. What can you do if I were to introduce you and make the introduction? If your capacity is the capacity of one person, it's time for expansion.
Okay.
And once that expansion takes place, now your capabilities expand. When your capabilities expand, so does your revenue. If you can't expand that revenue, you might get a little stuck. And by being part of, the chamber has really taught, I don't want to sound like an infomercial really, but the chamber has really taught me, has taught a lot of our members how to utilize each other. I'm one of those independent women. I don't do well with asking for help.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's another show.
Uh-huh.
But if I don't ask for help, or if I don't present the type of help that I may need, I'm gonna miss out.
Okay.
And you've heard of FOMO, right?
Oh yeah.
Fear of missing out is so big, and it's a real thing. So if you have a business, if you have a company, an organization, nonprofit, for-profit, and you don't ask for help, you're going to stay right there, right where you are. You're going to stay stuck.
Right.
And that's where the chamber comes in and gives you that resolution
Right.
for the help that's needed.
Right.
I say that because I know I can call Universal and say, hey man, first of all, did you pay your membership?
Facts.
Okay, you did. So now I'm joking, but it's very important that our members collectively work together, and we
Okay.
know that the database is open for outreach.
Got it.
So I know if I have a construction question or educational question, we have 12 committees, and there's someone to choose from for all 12 committees. And because of that, you're no longer a solopreneur.
So with the chamber, it seems like you guys have a lot of things that are available to assist companies. The question is, how do people understand all the different aspects of the chamber? And is there a review for the company? Do you get to talk with Universal, or you talk with Larry and say, hey, this is what you need, and this is how we want to structure your company and help?
Absolutely.
Good question.
That's a good question.
We have many different levels of membership. This is where it gets tricky.
Okay.
We have membership where you gain access. Access can be a very broad statement, but it still gives you access. Then we have other memberships that allow for you to have those one-on-ones. Those give you access to the workshops.
Okay.
We have events where if you come out to an event, it's for the purpose of networking and discussing and sharing ideas. But if you expect to be a member that's more of a at-home member, you never come out, you never pick up the phone, there's no benefit. That's where it gets tricky. It's almost like, if I need to clean my house, I go to the store, I buy a mop, a bucket. But if I don't put water in the bucket
Can you clean?
and the pine saw
Yeah.
and actually clean the floors aren't going to get cleaned.
Right.
So in this aspect, it takes a lot of work. It's not a fix-all, end-all story. It takes a lot of work, because once you become a member, now you're a member. And
Right.
now I can come to you for advice.
Right.
You charge me,
Right.
but I didn't know you existed
Got it.
if I hadn't been part of this membership.
So this conglomeration right now allows you to get inside the group, to work with others, and to get other feedback on your company and try to expand.
Absolutely.
That's the goal ultimately, to try to expand what we do.
It is. It is.
Now, another big issue right now. We got some issues coming up in a week or so,
Yeah.
down on the 14th, down at the governor's mansion in Springfield. Are we going to beat the doors down
Did
to try
you
to
hear
get into
about
the...
that? I didn't hear about that.
You didn't
You
hear
heard about that?
Oh, yeah,
I'm kidding. I know.
absolutely.
Labor Day.
Again, oh, that's right, Labor Day. It's going to be on the 14th. So, bottom line is, we're coming to talk to the governor and say, look, we got a bunch of businesses here that want to have access. You guys got multi-billion-dollar contracts that go around the state of Illinois. If you don't know what these countries are, the chamber allows you to understand, learn what it might be helpful for you, and to get involved.
Well, here's the thing: that the contracts are available. There are a lot of requirements for these contracts. Being a member of the chamber, ongoing, is getting you prepared to even qualify or have the prerequisites needed to apply for an RFP. Okay, if you don't know what's needed, those contracts are not going to come your way. We send them out. We send out RFPs by email. When we have our events, the networking, you'll have different industries or committees talking about the RFPs. But let me get back to Lobby Day. When we go once a year collectively, because Larry's down there all the time, When we go collectively on lobby day, this gives us an opportunity to talk directly to the directors of the agencies. So we're talking about IDOT, so Illinois Department of Transportation, Illinois Department of Revenue, Illinois Department of Corrections, DoIT, the IT firm or the IT agency. There's another one I'm missing right now. But as we talk to them, we come to them with a collective concern about our fair share in getting access to these contracts. There's a BEP goal of 30%. If you look at the statistics, we make up 30% of the population. So 30% of the BEP goal is the goal, but it doesn't always, it never happens, right?
Okay.
And so when we go to lobby day, it's important that we demand an answer, a plan, a retooling of how we can get more access to those contracts. Now, I don't want to take us down a rabbit hole, but the numbers are out there.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think it's also important to understand that why the chamber is so important is because while business owners are focusing on their business, right, it's Dr. Ivory's job, right? They invest into the chamber to be able to seek out the political nature of business, because revenue, your money has to work for you. And it comes back down to policies, it comes back down to laws that will either enable you or block you out. Clearly, as Dr. Larry always says, and I love using this example that he uses, but if you are not at the table, you're on the menu.
Okay.
So how do you, us as Black businesses, we're missing out on a lot of opportunity just because, as LaDonna had adequately put it, if you closed mouth can't get fed.
Better.
You have to pick up your phone, go online, do your effort, right? If you want fire from the fireplace, you got to put the wood down, right? You got to go chop the wood, you got to put it in the fireplace to get it going. And if you want to have that success for yourself individually and also contribute to a greater community, this is how you go. This is the path for you to go. And we also, open that door for everyone. Get active. Call the chamber. Go online, go to ilbcc.org and look over the website to find out how to get connected, how to get involved, and especially when it comes back down to lobby day. It's important for the representatives to see us, not just not just to hear about, but they need to see us. They need to see us suited. They need to see us booted. They need to see us at the table, and we need to show our presence. I know it's kind of funny to say social media, right, and representing on the social media, but our system, our laws are still very old sense. Mm-hmm. We have to get up and do it. And this is what we're doing in sense of lobby day, is we're getting together collectively. We're making a call out to everyone, all minority owned businesses. Even if you're looking to start a business, right, get involved. Show up, come see, come meet LaDonna in person, come meet the village, come see the tribe at work, and see how you can participate in that. See how you can lay or bring your expertise, your subject matter expertise to the table. And just as you also pointed out too, within the circle, this is how we figure out within the community. This is how we figure out how to help each other, because now you get to hear, oh, this person needs this. That's an opportunity for you to begin some work. When businesses fail, again, going back to the data and statistics from the Statistic of Labor Bureau and Labor Statistics, 1 out of 4 businesses, out of 10 years don't make it. And you can look, so that's, national. But when you look at, for Black businesses, what does that look like?
Yeah, different
right?
numbers.
It's a different number. It's a complete different number, completely different statistic. And to be able to fight against that and to be able to challenge that, the chamber is here in place to be able to make that happen on an individual level, on a communal level, and also on a national level. When a business owner is in the hem, when they're at the hem, to be able to focus on bringing their vision of their business out, Dr. Larry and the chamber is focusing on getting you into those rooms where you can now have a conversation with the heads. You're not talking to someone, who can relay information back, but you get access from the chamber to talk to the heads of the people who are at these, who's sitting at these major,
the decision makers.
The decision makers,
Yeah.
and it's important for them to see you and to hear you.
If you want your company to move forward. Now, one key component that we didn't put on the table, there's one individual who's like the queen of the chamber, Janice Ivory. If you don't know Janice, then hey, you can't get the job done. By the way, what's the number people can call if they want to get involved with the chamber?
Yep. I'll look it up. I have my notes right here. I was going to get into that, but you mentioned Janice, and I'm glad you did. And that's when I was talking about the women that are in certain spaces at the chamber, and she's the VP of operations, Janice Ivory. I want to call her Dr. Janice Ivory, but she's the wife to Dr. Larry Ivory, and she has been involved in the chamber since day one.
Yep.
She's a champion.
That's correct.
Yeah, she is definitely a champion. I know how much work I know some of how much work it takes, and she has definitely been lock in step with the organization. I had some notes about Lobby Day. Forgive me, I do keep my notes here in my phone, but I want to make sure that when it comes to contracts and with the chamber, there's opportunities to learn how the contracts and how the funding work. That's important, because a lot of times when we hear words like contracts, we understand how that would work and impact our businesses and our community. But it works a certain way when you understand how those contracts work. The advocacy for policies that impact our businesses, very important, and that takes place throughout the year, and especially on Lobby Day. We will be there requesting our appearance to be recognized on the Senate floor when we're there. It makes a difference. It's just like what Universal said when he was at the bank, and when he wanted to withdraw his own money from his own account, and he got the side eye. I call it the hairy eyeball. Until someone came behind him and endorsed him and said, oh no, he's good. That happens all the time. How you handle it is what matters. And so when we're at Lobby Day, our presence and the more people we come with, the better. And that's because it shows that we are a collective unity, that we often speak that we don't have, but we do. We need to change the narrative.
Got it. We're going to be going down to Lobby Day. I will be there, and right now we're going to be outside by the Lincoln statue, probably taking a picture.
I can't wait.
Having lunch, then possibly even dinner that's sponsored by a few companies. But you get to meet some major corporations that are down there lobbying for African American and businesses of color that say, hey, we want to do business with you. We just want to know who you are and put you on the table. So that's our main objective of the day, going down to lobby what's happening and making some things work.
And you have to register. We really prefer that. We don't want people to just not register. When you register, it gives us an idea of how many head counts we have for the dinner, right? And for the office or the meetings that Larry's setting up or has set up. If any numbers change, he needs to increase that number. So, because there's only space for so many. But that Lincoln statue picture that we take every year is so important, because it shows next year how we did and who was there last year. And last year's picture, as cold and rainy as it was, we were still out there, and not everyone was in the picture. So we can't wait to do that this year.
You know,
again, should people just go online to basically get registered?
If you go to ilbcc.org, you will see the slider pop by. It'll say join us. You click on join us, and all you do is register. And did I mention it was free?
Oh, free?
Yes,
You
free.
mean for lunch and dinner? And
Just the dinner. You're
Okay.
responsible for your own lunch. I want to be transparent about that. But we're going to all hop on down there in Springfield, when I say there,
Okay.
and we're going to meet up at 9 a.m. Take that picture, go meet with the agencies, and then we're going to break for lunch, and then we're going to go meet with the Senate floor and different agencies,
Okay.
and then we're going to get ready for the end of day dinner, where everyone will be able to relax a little, exchange business cards. We're going to talk about membership. We're going to talk about the wins. Last year, I got a phone call just 2 weeks ago from a gentleman who went to Lobby Day with us. You don't have to be a member to go. You can
Okay.
register without being a member. He was not a member. He went to Lobby Day and he gained a over $600,000 contract. So clearly, going to Lobby Day works, and being with the chamber works it even more.
Okay.
That's even a better segue to be able to say, call the chamber. If you can't go to ilbcc.org and register that way, you can call 309-740-4430. And again, the number is 309-740-4430.
Get registered.
Get registered. Come on, let's go, family.
And what's better than free?
Oh gosh.
Well, it's an investment.
Right.
I think if you would say what's better than free, it's making, you're making an investment and you're getting a return on the investment that you put in. You put your time into it, you're going to get something beautiful.
Yeah.
Out of investing your time.
Got it. For me, I again have been involved with the chamber for the last 20 years. Oh
wow.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
Been a long time. I'm getting old.
No, the chamber's getting old.
Oh, that's true. But the question is, what is the future for the chamber? Next 10, 20 years, what is the plan on the table that you guys want to make happen?
We want to have
Absolutely.
at least 25,000 businesses under our belt
Okay.
in 10 years, absolutely. In order for us to grow, we can't do it without our membership. We can't do it without the people, the businesses. Businesses are popping up all the time. If you look down certain roads, or should I say certain streets in Chicago, there's a lot of vacant commercial properties. People own them. They probably don't even live in this country. Okay, that's another story. But there's room, there's room and there's seats at the table for everyone who is interested in being a business owner and has done the homework to actually flourish in having a business. And if they have a business, they don't have to do it alone. That's where the chamber comes in. And that's why we can almost predict that we will, you said what's in the future, right? We can almost predict that we'll have that many businesses, because I know you've heard the statistics, the 300,000 black women that lost their jobs or more. And now we're talking about almost 500,000 men that lost their jobs since this administration, but they're not all going to go home quietly.
What do you guys think of that?
What do I think of it as far as them losing their jobs, or what they're going to do next?
That in this country, it's supposed to be the land of the free and all of that, but right now, to have these jobs lost because our defined president says, hey, he wants to make a change. What's he doing?
I'm so sorry, I got excited. I'll cross it.
It's all good. Just to kind of follow off that last point in terms of what's the future. There's a quote that says, what's the best way to predict the future? And it goes to create it. And this is what the chamber is all about. It's giving people access to their innate abilities, and to bring that out, to be able to drive. Oh, okay, if you got laid off, or you've lost your job, now it's time for you to figure out how to take your subject matter expertise and to put it to work. And by having the chamber and having access to the chamber, by having your networks with the chamber, by being able to connect with individuals within the chamber that can help you leverage your skill set, it changes the trajectory of things. And the most important thing is it puts your dollars back into your hand. It puts your destiny back into your hand. If we want to say, this is the home of the free, right? We get to we get to, or business owners in this chance, you get to write that chapter, what that looks like. And by leveraging the connections of the chambers, now you have, access to procurement opportunities. Now you have access to, the boards that we have, the commission committees, where you have subject matter expertise at the palm of your hand to help you make decisions to be able to grow your business. And this just to say, it's not just for small businesses, right? Because businesses that come in and work with the chamber at different levels, as we talked about having the different kinds of as you said,
industries, committees.
Because there's a number of multi-billion-dollar companies that are members of the chamber.
Absolutely.
And the issue is not going to change; it's just going to continue to grow.
It's going to continue to grow.
But the 300, the people that have lost their jobs, I just can't. I can't look at it as not a blessing. Okay. I realize that when I lose something, I simply start something else. Blacks are African Americans, blacks, whatever we identify as, people of color, as you said earlier, we are resilient. And although it may suck at that moment, I don't doubt it in my mind that someone, and if not everyone, about 95% of those people that lost their jobs because of a DEI rollback, that should have been, we'll talk about that part later. You already know, it could have been written into law.
Yes.
60 years that it sat there dormant and we got a little comfortable. I'd say 60 years is a long time. So now, in the back of our minds, we already know that if something were to happen, that we would have to start over. And I thank God for that opportunity, because anytime the sun comes up, you have another opportunity to start over.
Got it.
So most of those people, more than likely, started businesses. They're probably doing way better than they were before. Some of them may be stuck in where they were. I will pray for them. But I do want to say what I think about that. It was unfortunate, but it had to be a situation that we prepare for, because anything as temporary as it doesn't matter who's in office. Everybody's talking about Democrats, Republicans. Everyone was in office, and it just got scooted to the back of the bus.
Got it.
Here we are today, making decisions. So it's you either stand up and fly or not.
Got it. Format on what we have to deal with, though. Right now, we have a president that kind of interesting. I'm on his hit list. He didn't, a Republican, what can I say? But he didn't like the fact that I put on TV the fact that Republicans for Kamala. And he'd think, what? How could you do that to me? I think, well, sir, I'm only saying I think she's a better candidate. So those are things that need to be stated, and I don't have a problem in battling with Trump. But the issue right now is he's in the power seat, and right now I'm hoping that he will not be there much longer, because we got only so much time left. And right now he's making decisions, sending us to battle in other countries, kill people, go to war, $1 billion a day for our ships and fleets to be going around the world. It makes no sense. And again, I got a 16, about to turn 17-year-old. I'm saying, hey, if she has to fight for our country, no, I'm not going to have that happen, because that was a stupid thing to do from a president right now who I don't think needs to be there.
Well, I think that gets to be on the political side of things. We have to look at whoever's in power. We can't be afraid to have conversations with them. It's low-hanging fruit to bash him. No offense to what you just said, I get it. But at the same time, I would love to be in the room with him so that I can make some demands myself, so that I can better understand what the thinking process is. I think we put him in office, whether you voted for him or you didn't vote at all. Whether our Democrats didn't admit that our then president was even fit to run again, and waited till the very last minute to make a decision for Kamala, that should have been made well before. Or were they afraid that someone more befitting or more likable would run against her?
Well, I'll say too at the same time, what never change. Change is a constant. That's never going to stop happening, and we as a people have to start using opportunity. And what I mean by that is, opportunity is interchangeable. Say in Chinese, it also means, chaos is also opportunity. And the question is, as entrepreneurs, how do we find the opportunities right now that change the game? That can change your game, that can change your life with what you have, with where you are in your life, and begin to change the trajectory of that. And even though, and I hope when people listen, to this conversation, they can put themselves back at the hem and say, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing for humanity right now? What services am I supposed to be providing? I give you an example. This thing right here, how powerful this is, a cell phone, right? But with the advances and advancements that we have now as a people, you can take your cell phone and you can create your own ecosystem off your cell phone, right? You can create an application, a web application, where you can provide a service. You can see your clients. They can pay for your services right online. And yes, it's important to know what's going on around us, on a political note. But being very local, right? Starting with where you are, where you can touch, where you can use your voice of, your power through your influence, your networks, right? Even if you're at home, right? Connecting with the chamber. Again, going back to the chamber. Are you reaching out to Larry and say, hey, how can we do something like this? What advancements that we can create to be able to make our situations better. But the number one thing is, you're not alone. You are not alone. Even though the house is on fire, right? The things are this chaos is happening. You're not alone. Reach out to us at the chamber to arm yourself, to back yourselves up. You use the knowledge of what people have. With the chamber, you have someone who's has access to data and information, how to use that data, how to arm yourself with data. You have access to people like Donna. How do you use marketing? How do you leverage marketing? You have people, have access to people like Larry, Dr. Ivory, where you can begin to take your conversation to another level because now you have access to people that can move you forward in a way that traditionally you probably couldn't or you didn't think about. But just because this happened, this rut came, right? This rut was really an opportunity to take that crisis that you were going to and to make it something very beautiful.
Okay. We have a scenario, Raeh. It's only so much we can do. We have companies that do a number of different things. We have some of the best people that work in the chamber that make a lot of money. They learn a lot and they do a lot well. So right now we're trying to promote the fact that you can become a member of the Illinois Black Chamber and say, hey, let me join this network and get this done the right way. And we're just trying to tell you the items to get it done, join the chamber. Find the information, check out the website. It'll give you more data of who's involved and give you a chance to become one of the members also on that list. Because right now, it's again, only so much space and you only have a limited amount of time to make things happen. So just understand, you heard today that it's something that can happen for you. Then you get to work with people like LaDonna. That's the key. So LaDonna, again, you tell them, hey, they only got so much time to work with you, so they're able to get the job done.
That's right. Do something. The easiest thing to do is nothing. That's so easy. But nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Right.
I want to reiterate the website. It's ilbcc.org. You can also listen to us on the Wake Up Show Chicago on Saturdays. That is a 1 hour of power conversation, usually hosted by, notice I said usually hosted by Larry Ivory.
Usually.
Yes, Dr. Larry Ivory is the host and I'm his co-host. But there are times when he's in and out working on the chamber.
Right.
Okay, so that's why we have a team and that gives you real-time information. We have connections when we get updates in Washington. Of course, local politics are important as well. So You can go a myriad of ways. We're also connected to other chambers.
Which is the question I was going to put on the table. Right now, there's a chamber in every state.
Yeah.
Chambers made of color to say, hey, if you need some help in X, Y, and Z state, it's available. So join the network. Illinois is just your door opening you up to the whole country.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And don't forget about Zimbabwe. I mean, although there's no chamber there.
No chamber, but hey, it's
but
coming.
we have relationships.
We got
there.
relationships in Europe and other places around
Absolutely.
the country and around the planet. So basically, get involved.
Absolutely.
And we may have to get Mr. Glover, our astronaut, our pilot, so that we can say we have connections on the moon.
Hey, we got the international side, so hey, we'll get you out of space. But it's hard to try to get the points across that we really want to give people and have them understand what makes sense. Right now, today was just a quick blip to give you guys a little information on the Illinois Chamber. And right now, telling you that we have things happening like on the 14th, other things happening. We have our national event that will be coming up, great time to have.
Yeah.
And we probably do another cruise. We did the cruise last year. I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah.
But hey, they've been annual event. I'm hoping we can continue to do that. I'm thinking though, we want to do an international cruise, not just the Lake of Michigan. We want to do something heading down to the
Did you
Bahamas.
say the Lake of Michigan?
Lake Michigan,
All
yeah,
right,
we
I
got the
love
cruise.
it. I love it. No, that's a good bug because we do need to get out of our own comfort zone. I'd love to take a cruise and go somewhere else, but
That would be kinda
we do
nice.
have the cruise this year. So there's Lobby Day on the 14th.
Right.
Then the cruise is usually in June or July.
Right.
I have to look on the calendar and see what we finalized. And then, of course, the conference comes up around August.
Right.
And I think this one might be around September. Yeah. So but I want you guys to get the confirmed dates by going onto our website.
Okay.
They're updated as we get the updates, and that's ilbcc.org.
Okay.
And also too, don't forget to call, right? You have 309-740-4430. Again, that number is 309-740-4430.
Okay. Again, you call that, get the information on the chamber, and right now, it's not going to hurt you to make the call, find information out, and find out how your company can be helped and assisted.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's all we really ask.
Yes, it's never too late. You
Yeah.
know, if I could, say anything in terms of like how to be galvanized or how to be motivated, look at your pockets.
Right.
Look at the current state. And if anybody can save you, it's you. So hey, give us a call, ilbcc.org, and let's get to work.
Now, what's the chamber doing with kids?
That's a really great question too.
We have a committee, it's the Youth and Entrepreneurship Committee, where we're reaching out to a younger audience and teaching them the business basics and how to build relationships. So we do have some events coming up for that.
Okay.
It's very important that our young people bridge the gap between us and our young people.
Got it.
So yeah, we can't just keep it here. We have to talk to the young people.
Yeah. Question: if I'm let's say a ex-felon, can I still get into the chamber?
You sure can.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, like, once you evolve in your process, right? Like, you can hire someone to manage your business.
Okay.
Right. Not to think in the traditional ways that, you're still, go get a job or, or work for someone, but you can create your own entity and you can hire, the talent that you want to be able to do the work that you want. And that gives you a different perspective.
Yeah, so I have a great idea. I think I can start this company up and rolling, and I may have done some bad things in the past, but hey, I served my time, and right now I want to make this thing work.
Yeah.
And right now there's a black chamber that says they will help me to make this work.
There's no discrimination with that. As a matter of fact, the government is the same way. You can almost get a business license versus a driver's license, when you've done time.
Right.
But we've had people come to our conferences and stand up and say how they have done, they were an ex-felon and they have a business and now X. So we've had those positive conversations.
Absolutely.
And stories come to the chamber. So there's no limit.
There's no limit. Don't limit yourself, right?
Okay.
Don't, don't have these things as these external barriers that's stopping you to build business.
Got it.
Now,
question. Larry went to go hang out with Trump last week? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what did he do?
Well, he didn't hang out with him directly, but he did go to the White House. Okay. And going to the White House, he was able to be a part of some conversations that took place when it comes to black business. Okay. Trump was not in the room. I did confirm. I ended up interviewing Larry because I wanted to know what happened. How was it? Okay. But Trump was not there. I think that's when the war started, actually. And but he got some really good connections while he was there that we wouldn't otherwise have. Okay. So yes, that was his experience at the White House.
I think a connection that came out of there is right here in Chicago. We have a network or a partner with the Chambers, Joseph School of Business. Mm-hmm. And Joseph School of Business is a local school here that focuses on business, and it's open for everyone. But if just in him making that connection there, coming back, we went to their facility, and we just got just a view of us. This marvelous. It is. When I mean brilliant environment for school, and then for business. Joseph School of Business is the place to go. Okay. And I think in this partnership, their goal is to get, I want to say 100,000 businesses to reach $1 million in revenue. Okay. So, and I think, in this partnership that we have with them, learning how to understand how to build your business. Their business model focuses on your business day one. So you go to the school to focus on your business. And what that partnership is looking like now is you take your business, once you finish going through their program, you come back to the chamber, and now you have access to Larry Ivory, the network, to be able to help you to build those connections around your bankers, to help you build your connections around the lawyer, and also for someone to do with your as a CPA. Got it. The power of that is not only are you now in you have this talking about the chamber, but you have the power of being able to work in a real business community, and then connect you to procurement opportunities to fund your business.
So I got my business. I'm listening to you guys right now. I've heard a lot of good things about you guys. Right now, we've gone through an hour almost. And right now, and we try to give a lot of data out. So bottom line again, that number people should call if they want more information?
Absolutely. It is, let me pull it up again.
We're going to learn it one day.
It's going to come. I'm going to remember. It's okay.
Don't ask me my mother's phone number.
Okay, you can't ask me my phone number.
Right.
It is 309-740-4430. Okay. Again, that number is 309-740-4430.
Yeah, and for you guys watching the show, LaDonna, you can't reach her by that number. You can ask for her company, but hey, LaDonna, you can only reach her if you get a consultation with her company and do different things. Yeah. So again, I know that she's a beautiful woman. You're saying, hey, I want to talk to LaDonna, but no, that's going to cost you. Now, the format is right now, next up, I want to see people at the Congress, or on the 14th. Mm-hmm. We want to have them down in Springfield to see what's going on and make some things happen. And right now, you can come and bring your sign if you want us to say something to the governor. Say, hey, we're here, black businesses or businesses of color. We're here to show you that we do things and we want you to understand.
We're not going nowhere.
Oh, God.
I love it. And is this the wrap up?